the White House is defending the president's ability to, on the one hand, take what Congress gave him by signing into law that compromise border security funding package, but at the same time going around Congress by the White House looking for what they called pots of money approved by lawmakers for other purposes and diverting that to build a border wall. The president himself says he knows his action will set in motion a legal fight. With his border wall national emergency declared, the president is taking a long holiday weekend in Palm Beach.
Hi, everybody!
After amping up the alarm.
Because we have an invasion of drugs, invasion of gangs, invasion of people, and it's unacceptable.
Congress approved enough money for 55 miles of new border barrier, $1.375 billion. The president plans to divert another almost $7 billion, much of it previously approved for other purposes, including military construction projects. But as he tests this executive power, he appeared to undercut the core urgency of this declaration.
I could do the wall over a longer period of time. I didn't need to do this, but I'd rather do it much faster.
The president let his frustration show that Congress failed to fund his campaign promise when Republicans had control.
I'm very disappointed at certain people, particular one, for not having pushed this faster.
Are you referring to Speaker Ryan, sir?
Who?
Speaker Ryan?
Let's not talk about it.
But he did open up about the influence of conservative media stars.
Sean Hannity has been a terrific. Rush Limbaugh, I think he's a great guy. Ann Coulter, I don't know her.
But he insists those voices don't direct his actions.
They don't decide policy.
But as he boasted about Democrats approving some barrier funding to avert another shutdown,
He's not going to get $1. Well, I got $1.4 billion.
the president lamented the expected court challenges.
I think what will happen is, sadly, we'll be sued.
Friday, Democrats on the 2020 campaign trail denounced Mr. Trump's use of a national emergency. Kamala Harris in South Carolina.
It is playing politics with taxpayer resources. It is about creating a crisis of his own making.
And despite this being a core promise of his 2016 campaign, the president said this is not about his reelection and said Democrats want the border wall to be a fight. He claims that he's already done enough on a border wall to convince his voters to stick with him.